From the sun-scorched plains of Mesopotamia, a city rose from the earth, built not of stone, but of ambition and clay. Babylon. Its name alone conjures visions of towering ziggurats, gates of brilliant blue, and a civilization that charted the heavens while codifying the laws of humankind. For 4,000 years, its ghost has haunted our imagination, yet the city holds its secrets close, whispering questions that time has failed to answer. Of all its riddles, one remains suspended between history and mirage: the Hanging Gardens. Ancient writers spoke of a green mountain built by human hands, a paradise of terraced flora cascading down palace walls, sustained by an ingenious network of waterfalls in the heart of a barren land. It was a marvel so profound it earned its place among the 7 wonders of the ancient world. Yet, the soil of Iraq has yielded no proof. Archaeologists have unearthed sprawling palaces and sacred precincts, but of this botanical masterpiece, not a single brick, not one stone aqueduct has been found. Was it a poetic fantasy? A story of a wonder that belonged not to Babylon, but to its hated rival Nineveh? The gardens remain a wonder without a home, a perfect image lost to the winds of the desert. The city's puzzles, however, are etched deeper than vanished gardens. They are carved into a pillar of black basalt, a monument erected nearly 3,800 years ago. Here, King Hammurabi receives the law from the sun god, Shamash. Below them, the world's first great legal code promises order in a chaotic world. Its most famous principle, an eye for an eye, has shaped our very concept of justice. But recent scholarship has fractured this foundation. Evidence suggests these laws may never have been the day-to-day statutes of the land, but rather a monumental work of royal propaganda. A declaration of the king's divine wisdom, designed to be seen and admired, not necessarily enforced. Was Hammurabi a lawgiver or a master of perception who understood that the illusion of justice can be as powerful as justice itself? And then there is the tower, the most iconic, most infamous structure of all, the Tower of Babel. Scripture tells of a colossal spire reaching for the heavens, an act of human hubris so great it provoked divine retribution, scattering its builders and confounding their speech. Archaeologues the Etemenanki, the house of the foundation of heaven and earth. Its base was immense, a mud brick mountain ascending in stages toward the sky. But how high did it truly climb? Ancient texts claim it brushed the clouds, a stairway for the gods. Yet conquest and erosion have reduced it to a scar on the landscape. Its true scale is now a matter of conjecture, its legend having long ago outgrown its physical footprint. The golden city of Babylon may have crumbled to dust, its walls breached, and its temples toppled. But its true legacy is not in its ruins. It lies in the profound and unsettling questions that rise from the earth with every excavated shard, questions about the line between myth and memory, between power and truth. The city is gone, but its enigmas are eternal, whispering that what we have lost to time is far more than just a place, but a piece of our own story. Did it truly scrape the heavens? A structure of fired brick and ambition so vast that its memory has echoed down through millennia? Or did its legend simply grow in the telling, its size expanding in the human imagination until it became more myth than monument? The great ziggurat of Babylon, the Tower of Babel, remains half history, half legend, straddling the razor's edge between faith and fact. Yet even more astonishing than what the Babylonians built on earth were the discoveries they made in the heavens. Here, in the shadow of their temples, the priests were also astronomers, their gaze fixed upon the celestial ballet. Night after night, century after century, they meticulously charted the silent, inexorable movements of planets and stars, inscribing their knowledge onto humble tablets of clay. They tracked the wanderings of Jupiter with uncanny precision, predicted the terrifying spectacle of solar and lunar eclipses, and divided the flow of time with a mathematical rigor that seems to defy its own age. Theirs was a cosmos of order, a divine clockwork they sought to understand. Then, in the year 2016, researchers analyzing these ancient cuneiform texts unearthed a groundbreaking revelation.
This is where things get really interesting. What you're about to hear might explain why this was never meant to be discovered.
The Babylonians had been using sophisticated geometric methods to calculate planetary motion, abstract theoretical techniques once believed to have been invented by Greek scholars more than 1,000 years later. This discovery shattered our timeline of scientific thought. How did they acquire such knowledge? Did they stumble upon lost mathematical principles, a forgotten language of the universe? Or was this evidence of an unbroken chain of wisdom passed down through civilizations whose very names are now lost to the wind? Their profound understanding of the cosmos leaves us suspended between awe and an unsettling mystery. And from this intellectual peak, we turn to the haunting question of Babylon's downfall. In 539 BCE, the mighty city, the jewel of the ancient world, collapsed before the armies of Cyrus the Great of Persia. The end came not with a bang, but with a whisper. Historical accounts describe how the invaders entered the metropolis almost without a fight, as if the city's colossal gates had simply swung open to welcome its conquerors. How could an empire this powerful, fortified by walls so thick that chariots could race upon them, fall so quickly, so silently? Was it betrayal from within, the work of a priesthood, or a populace weary of their distant rulers? Was it a political coup, cleverly disguised as a foreign conquest? Or was it the result of a masterstroke of Persian military strategy, the audacious plan to divert the entire flow of the Euphrates River, allowing soldiers to march into the heart of the city along its dry, exposed riverbed? Historians still debate the truth, sifting through conflicting accounts and the silent testimony of the ruins. But what is certain is this: Babylon, once the greatest city in the world, the center of an empire, fell almost without a sound, its golden age extinguished in a single night. Even now, modern excavations continue to peel back the layers of its enigma. The earth itself is a library, and its pages are made of clay. Tablets uncovered in recent years reveal fragments of medical texts describing complex treatments for disease that fused ritual incantation with empirical methods, suggesting Babylonian medicine was far more advanced than once believed. Other tablets, unearthed from the dust of millennia, detail intricate economic systems, legal contracts, and sprawling trade routes, painting a portrait of a society whose commercial and cultural reach stretched across continents. Each new discovery, each deciphered line of cuneiform, does not solve the mystery but deepens it, revealing a civilization at once recognizably human and utterly alien. But the great tragedy is that so much of Babylon remains hidden, or worse, has been lost forever. The relentless scars of looting, modern warfare, and simple neglect have ravaged the ruins. Political turmoil has halted excavations for decades at a time. Parts of the site were even reconstructed in the 20th century, in well-intentioned but misguided efforts that permanently damaged the original foundations beneath. Babylon resists a full understanding, perhaps because we are no longer able to see it whole. What remains is a mosaic of fragments, a shattered mirror reflecting a glorious past. Each piece hints at a greater truth, a more complete picture that we may never fully assemble. And perhaps that is why Babylon continues to captivate the human spirit. It was a city of wonders, yes, but it is also a city of questions. It stands as a timeless monument not only to human achievement, but to the fragility of knowledge, the silence of history, and the profound, humbling mystery of all that has been lost. It is a city of contradictions, a place where myth is woven into the very fabric of history, and history is swallowed by myth. Here, lore may have been more performance than practice, where legendary gardens perhaps bloomed only in the fertile soil of story, where towers reached for a sky both real and imagined. 4,000 years later, its secrets endure not because they are unsolvable, but because they hold a mirror to the limits of our own knowledge. The desert may have reclaimed its sun-baked bricks and the rivers shifted their ancient course, but the riddles of Babylon still echo across time. Beneath the grand myths of hanging gardens and confounding tongues, hidden within the city's monumental walls, was a profound and disciplined knowledge, one that bridged the gap between the earth and the cosmos. This was the silent, patient realm of Babylonian astronomy. From the tiered summits of their ziggurats, or from designated clearings shielded from the city's glow, a class of scholar priests engaged in a constant dialogue with the night sky. Their dedication was absolute. For decades, even generations, they meticulously charted the movements of the stars and planets. Etched into countless clay tablets, these records formed a celestial library of unparalleled scope. They revealed the intricate patterns and cyclic events that governed the heavens, the precise phases of the moon, the predictable return of constellations, the wandering paths of the visible planets. What remains astonishing is the mathematical precision they achieved. They developed systems capable of predicting lunar eclipses with an accuracy that would not be surpassed for centuries. This was not the work of superstition or mere myth-making. It was.
Most people stop watching right here. But if you continue, you'll discover something almost no one knows.
A science born of empirical observation, a nascent form of the scientific method founded on a radical conviction that the universe was not merely a stage for divine drama, but a complex, ordered system that could be understood through patient observation and calculation. This relentless pursuit of cosmic order is perhaps Babylon's greatest, yet most overlooked, secret. It reminds us that some civilizations are too vast, too layered, and too intellectually audacious to ever be fully understood. Their most enduring monuments were not built of clay, but of knowledge, an architecture of the mind that still underpins our own understanding of the universe.